A young woman was walking while talking on her phone. A young man in a wheelchair stopped her while picking up a file. Startled, the woman screamed, "You scared me. Are you crazy?" Then she kicked the file and walked away. A young man and a young woman were walking behind her. When the young woman bent down to pick up the file, the young man angrily said, "Why are you picking up his file? He can pick it up himself." Then he walked away. The young woman nervously picked up the file, cleaned it off, and walked over to the young man in the wheelchair. "Here, this is your file." The young man smiled and said, "Thank you very much." The young woman replied seriously, "It's no problem." As she was about to leave, the young man suddenly asked, "Could you take me to that shiny building over there?" The young woman answered, "Sure, I'm actually going there for an interview too." She then pushed his wheelchair toward the building. When they arrived, the secretary said, "Boss, all of these people are here for the interview." The boss replied, "Okay, go back to work." The secretary answered, "Yes, sir." Then he left. The boss looked at everyone and said, "Our interview is about to begin. I'd like each of you to introduce yourselves. Let's start with you." A young man stood up and said, "My name is Mr. Wang. I graduated from a university. I'm 18 years old and I studied overseas." Then a young woman said, "My name is Ting Ting. My previous company was one of the world's Fortune 500 companies. Many companies are eager to hire me." Another young woman spoke next. "My name is Meng Meng, and I'm a recent graduate of this city's vocational and technical college." The boss nodded and said, "All right, I understand everyone's background. What are your salary expectations for this position?" The young man replied, "Based on my lifestyle standards, I would expect an annual income of $1 million. Ting Ting then said, "Salary isn't that important to me, but my previous company paid me $5 million a year." Meng Meng stood up nervously and said, "I don't have any special requirements. I just need enough to cover my daily expenses. I'm mainly here to gain work experience at your company." The boss replied, "I understand all of your basic expectations. Now I'd like to ask each of you a question." The boss picked up 3 packages and handed one to each candidate. "This is our company's new product. As the saying goes, good health starts with your feet. This package contains a variety of herbal ingredients. It's designed especially for people whose hands and feet get cold during the winter, who don't exercise regularly, or who often stay up late. It can be used by soaking it in warm water. How much do you think one package should sell for?" The young man immediately said, "I'm a top university student. You gave me such a simple question? Are you looking down on my education?" Ting Ting added angrily, "I'm a sales director in the music industry. Why should I be deciding the price? That doesn't reflect my abilities at all." Meng Meng thought for a moment and said, "I think we should use a strategy of lower profit margins and higher sales volume. In my opinion, one package should be priced at $50. What do you think?" The boss smiled and replied, "I think your pricing is reasonable, and I really like your plan. Congratulations, you're qualified to join my company." The other 2 candidates were shocked. "What?" The young man protested angrily. "She's only a vocational school graduate. How could you choose someone with such a low level of education?" Ting Ting also said angrily, "How could she possibly compete with a professional expert like me?" The boss answered calmly, "You're both right that education and experience are important. However, good character is even more important. When I was in trouble, she helped me. The 2 of you simply stood by and made the situation worse. Of course, I'm going to choose someone who is both capable and has strong character, not people who are arrogant, self-centered, and rude. Please leave." The 2 candidates lowered their heads in embarrassment and walked away. The boss stood up, smiled, and said, "Meng Meng, welcome to my company." Friends, what did you think of this story? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.